All right, for this strange happening, just a few more examples of strange stuff, or reality responding kind of things. I mentioned in an earlier video about my wife getting involved in some of this. There was one time in Arlington, Texas, we have a little wood deck out back. We're both standing outside, just kind of watching the atmosphere. It was rolling and doing crazy, fun things. And my wife kind of looks at me like, do it. I'd like to see a tornado. Can you do it? So I said, okay. And so I talked to this guy a little bit, asking for some tornadoes and stuff. And 5 tornadoes formed around our house right then. And we were both able to stand out there and watch them form. So 5 tornadoes all around our house. And we just watched them form. 2 touched down. Some tree snapped, some tiles off a Baptist college nearby's roof. No injuries. So it was really pretty minor, just more fun stuff than anything super deadly or anything, just kind of minor stuff. So that was one thing. Another time my wife was around, we were eating, this was 5 years ago, we were eating lunch with some friends. We had gone out with a set of friends at a little restaurant, and we were sitting at the window. The wind started getting really busy. It was really windy, and so windy that we were watching outside a window. We were sitting next to the wall at a plate glass window looking out, and we started cracking jokes from the movie Twister. It's like, oh, look, there's a cow. There's another cow, and talking about the wind, and, wouldn't it be crazy if there's a tornado kind of thing. Well, next thing you know, the power goes out in the restaurant. It's like, oh, well, candlelight dining without the candle kind of thing. So we just keep eating. We're at a window. We've got enough light. So we just keep eating. It's a salad, no worries. So we're just eating and just joking about the weather out there, what's happening. And then all of a sudden, people start running and screaming kind of things. And we started hearing, or my wife said, well, that sounds like a train. And it sounds like a train in the distance. And I speak up and said, can't be a train. There's no train tracks anywhere nearby. Said, that's a tornado. And people running and screaming, the doors blowing open, trees snapping and falling on cars in the parking lot. And we're just sitting by the plate glass window, eating and chatting, and, just, my life is extreme sometimes. And I should be worried and panicked and take precautions certain times, and other times I just know that it's going to be okay. This is going to be okay, and I'm not worried about this one. And this was one of those that I'm not worried about this one. Sometimes I do take extreme precautions and run and work and clear things and move and take cover in certain situations. But this one, I wasn't worried at all. And it was a tornado. It really was a tornado. Say, here is the restaurant. We're like, the restaurant. Here's the tornado. Come at it. It came straight at the restaurant, then took a 90-degree angle and went out and dissipated. So it was coming right at the restaurant, enough to be snapping trees in the parking lot, blowing the doors open, transformers blowing, all that kind of stuff. So it was right there, about to hit the restaurant, and then it took a 90-degree angle. Just went right off to the side and dissipated. So that was an adventure. It took quite a while to get back to the house from uprooted trees in the road and dumpsters and debris just everywhere, just destroyed. And it turned out to be 2 tornadoes. So it was 2 of them. Did a lot of damage, and it took what normally should have been like 10-minute drive, took about 2 hours to try to get through all the debris and blocked roads and things like that. But so that was an adventure. But things like that always happen. And if you've seen some of my past videos from Bell Helicopter, I do have more of a scientific type mind and think logically and realistically. So how can I possibly believe any of this is real? I don't have a choice. This has been going on. The reality responding thing has been going on for 40 plus years now. It happens. The seeing in people's heads and kind of knowing the future, that's been going on since I was born. So it's been going on for so long now, I just can't deny it anymore. It just happens. And there's actually a lot more bigger stuff. You think this is all there is to it? All this craziness, seeing in people's heads, seeing the future, reality responding, tornadoes, and influencing people, and all this kind of things. That's enough to drive anybody crazy almost. But that's not all there is. There is some other stuff out there that is really unbelievable. I had actually made this is my second time to make this video. The first time I included it, and I thought that is too much to put out there for people. They're not going to be able to really believe it at all as if you believe this, really. Who can believe this? This is not believable, but it happens, and it's been happening. I may include it later. There are some things that have occurred that are so far out there, I probably won't put out there. So there is a lot more to this, and right now I've just talked about nature responding, thunderstorms, the wind, atmospheric type things, but it's more than that that responds, and I'll have to put that in a different video.